Campus of Campo Verde High School in Gilbert, Arizona. Welcome to the 2025 Arizona Youth Football League action. It's the opening day of the season. Hi, everybody. I'm Eric Anderson along with Jeff Lowry here. Campo Verde High School in the Southeast Valley in Gilbert opened 2009. It's a sunny afternoon, starting to get a little bit hazy because the wind has really picked up as they expected, blowing from the near side to the far side of the field about 15 to 20 miles an hour. So game 3 this afternoon, it's 11 and under. It's the Elite Outlaws, which are out of Chandler, Arizona, the four-time winners of state championships, against 11 under the Squad 48, which is an offshoot or kind of the a feeder program for Castile High School down in Queen Creek. Squad 48 coached by Steve Volrich and the head coach Elias Valenzuela for the Elite Outlaws. The Outlaws have mentioned 4 state championships. Good core of their players have played together since they were in 6 and under. So the captains meeting at midfield, they predicted the wind would finally pick up, and again, it's blowing across from the near side to the far side of the field, about 15 miles an hour. And winning the toss and electing to receive the ball first is Squad 48. So Squad 48, a feeder school for Castile, will get the ball first. So with this wind, we mentioned mainly blowing across the field from the near side to the far side, sometimes blowing from right to left. That certainly is going to be a factor in the ball game. The prior temperatures, by the way, right around 80, 81 degrees, so it's really warmed up since 61 earlier this morning. First ball game at 10 a.m., it was 12 and under. Mesa Toros beat the Gilbert Coyotes 27-12. Then the last game that just got over, it was 8th grade / 14 and under, and Gilbert beat Mesa by a score of 6-0. And right now, 11 and under action. The final ball game of the afternoon, the Elite Outlaws, a feeder school for Castile in Queen Creek, or I should say the Elite Outlaws out of Chandler, but the Squad 48 team in the white uniforms, they will get the ball first. And the dark uniforms looking a little bit like Georgia in a sense. That is the Elite Outlaws team. Elite Outlaws out of Chandler, Squad 48, the feeder school for Castile out of Queen Creek. So wind should be a little bit at the back of the man kicking off from right to left, Liam Orozco for the Elite Outlaws in the black. And check and see who is back deep for the Squad 48 team in the white. It is Joel Combs, return man, the lone man back for Squad 48. Nice field turf. It's not called AstroTurf anymore, but so it'll be Liam Orozco, the kickoff man for the Elite Outlaws, will put it on the tee and should get a little bit of a boost at his back as it's gotten windy out here, mainly blowing across the field from near side to far side about 15 to 20 miles an hour, and also a little bit at his back. So the Outlaws will kick off to Squad 48 in 11 and under action and set to get underway, and here we go, and that's a very good kick, and that is over the head of Combs, picked up at the 14-yard line on the far side. Comes forward, and Sea Dog with a huge tackle down at the 21-yard line, a 6-yard return. So a big tackle by Sea Dog, wearing number 0 on the return. The starters for Squad 48, quarterback wearing number 9, Jet Calfee. Joel Combs, 5, and Braxton Volrich, the son of the head coach for Squad 48, the main running backs. On the Elite Outlaws, mainly defensively, it'll be Sea Dog wearing number 0. Number 2, Jaden Valenzuela, Gabriel Valenzuela, 1 and 2, some of the main ball players for the Elite Outlaws, as well as Joshua Nava. He'll get a lot of playing time on defense. Pearson, also Rhodes, and 77 Johnson, amongst others. First down and 10 for Squad 48 from their own 21-yard line. Calfee goes out of the shotgun on 1st and 10. Handoff inside, and a big hole straight ahead. A gain of about 4 up through the middle. P.J. Mack in on the tackle, and it was Braxton Volrich, the running back, getting the carry. Other men on defense, mentioned Thomas Rhodes, P.J. Mack, number 8, who made that tackle. Joshua Navas, guys to keep an eye on in the middle of the field. Ryland Johnson, 77, the middle of that pack. Jennings Buller, wearing number 10, that left tackle. Thomas Rhodes, a safety here on the left side. A gain of 3, second down and 7 for Squad 48, just shy of their own 25-yard line. Calfee out of the shotgun with 3 receivers. To his right, Volrich. They hand off to Volrich again. A little misdirection play going to his left. Has the first down and more into the secondary and stood up and driven down around the 35-yard line after a gain of about 11. So some good tackling. Sea-Dog amongst others on that tackle. And Buller wearing number 11. Caleb Pearson, 18, also in on the stop on the far side for the elite Outlaws. Breezy, windy afternoon here down Gilbert. And again, that right now the wind blowing from right to left, about 15 to 20 miles an hour, probably closer to 20. So Squad 48 in the white going pretty much into that wind. First down and 10, Squad 48 from their own 35-yard line. Calfee out of the shotgun. Hand off to Volrich again inside, and they're going to keep working that. No gain on that play. Maybe a gain of 1. Ryland Johnson in on that stop. Along with Sea-Dog wearing number 0. He's one of the linebackers. The left defensive end, Jennings Buller. Gave him maybe a half a yard on that carry in the middle to Braxton Volrich. Right around the 8-minute mark remaining in this opening quarter. No score. First possession of the ball game belongs to Squad 48. No score first quarter. Second down, we'll call it about 9. From the shotgun, a handoff inside, and nothing doing again is being stood up and coming away with the ball that time. DT, the defensive end, wearing number 3, but I believe no fumble was called. Another good job inside. Ryland Johnson, 77, really stuffing it inside, as well as Liam Orozco, 14. So no fumble, no gain on the play. Third down and 10 for Squad 48 from their own 35-yard line. No scoreboard, so kind of doing the estimation on the time before 10-minute quarters. Squad 48, coached by Steve Volrich out of Queen Creek, Castile High School, one of the feeder school. Joel Combs in at running back on third down and 10. Squad 48 from their own 35. Handoff inside. Combs gets the carry, and he goes to the outside. He's wrapped up after a 13-yard gain on the far side. Nice tackle by DT on that far side for the elite Outlaws. In fact, actually, Rincon Jones, there are 2 number 3s. Rincon Jones, a safety / wide receiver. That would be Jones at the safety position, as DT would be on the line position wearing number 3, the right defensive end. So that was Rincon Jones on that tackle. First down, 1st and 10 for Squad 48 from their own 48-yard line. Calfee out of the shotgun. That breeze feels good out here. The handoff to Combs going left, tries to get to the outside, and he's driven down to the turf after no gain on the play. Mello Quinn on that far side making the tackle. Check that. Caleb Pearson, 18, not 13. That wind has really picked up now on the far side. Blowing, I would guess, 20 to 25 miles an hour. Gain of 1, second down and 9 for Squad 48 from their own 49-yard line. Calfee out of the shotgun will look to throw. He'll have to throw into the wind. Tosses it left side. It is complete. And down the left sideline and close to a first down on the far side. Coming up with that catch was Bridger Morris. And a penalty marker comes down on the far side. Bridger Morris had enough for a first down, but it's my gut feeling this is coming back. Holding against squad 48. No score right around the 6 or 7 minute mark here in the opening quarter. Squad 48 getting the ball first, and it's officially turned into a windy afternoon as Squad 48 going into the wind. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for Squad 48 from their own 47-yard line after the holding penalty. They had enough for a first down. Jet Calfee out of the shotgun. He will look to throw, has pressure, steps up, tosses here near side for Bridger Morris, and it goes incomplete. Coverage that time by P.J. Mack. So with a lot of running plays, the quarters go pretty quickly. Wind feels pretty good, 80 degrees out here, but feels pretty good. But the wind has picked up. They've talked about gusts to 35 miles an hour. I would say right now the flag on the far side blowing officially from right to left. So Squad 48 going into the wind at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. In fact, there's a red flag warning, which means high winds potential for fire hazard. 3rd down and 11. The handoff to Volrich. Going to his right, breaks into the open, now into the secondary, and taken down right around the 13-yard line by Thomas Rhodes. Penalty on the play, personal foul against the Elite Outlaws. Might have been roughing the quarterback. The flag came in that vicinity. So personal foul against the Elite Outlaws. This still the opening and holding against Squad 48, so offsetting penalties. The ball will spotted again at the 23-yard line of the Outlaws, and we'll do it again. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Squad 48 at the 23 of the Outlaws. Braxton Volrich, the running back, Calfee out of the shotgun. 2 receivers. The handoff to Volrich inside, and not much doing. See a little bit of a late gasp down to the 21. They'll spot it right around the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd and a long 2. Squad 48 at the 20-yard line. Still no score. This is the opening drive of the ball game. And Squad 48 taking a lot of time, almost the entire quarter. There's no game clock, but they've had it a long time. Volrich is the running back on 3rd down and 2 at the 20-yard line of the Outlaws. The handoff to Volrich again inside and pounds his way down for about a 5-yard carry down to the 15-yard line. End of the quarter, Sea-Dog made the tackle for the Outlaws. That is the end of the opening quarter. You talk about taking a lot of time off the clock. That was the definition of eating up the clock. The end of one quarter, it is no score as the Elite Outlaws getting the opening kickoff and driving it all the way down to the 15 of the Elite Outlaws. No score, and Squad 48 had the ball the entire opening quarter. They now at first down and 10 at the 15-yard line of the Outlaws. Volrich, the running back, Calfee out of the shotgun. They hand off on a delay. Going right was Volrich and taken down from behind by Ryland Johnson. Going to be a loss of about 3 back to the 18-yard line. It'll be second down and 13. Officially, they'll mark it spotted at about the 17. So it'll be second down and 12. Squad 48 at the 17 of Elite Outlaws. And the Outlaws defense, obviously, they've been on the field an awfully long time and could be getting tired. It's warm out, about 80 degrees, but with this wind, sure doesn't feel too bad. Second down and 12. Squad 48 at the 17-yard line of the Outlaws. Calfee out of the shotgun. He will look to throw. Has pressure, steps up, and he's going to be taken under in a big mess there. So some good defense inside. Gang tackled or stood up by the Outlaws. A loss of a yard, third down and 13 for Squad 48 at the 18-yard line of the Elite Outlaws. And we've got a timeout called, and guessing the timeout called by Squad 48. No official call with that, and we're guessing right around maybe 8 minutes remaining in this first half. Still no score, and Elite Outlaws have not touched the ball on offense yet. Squad 48 got the opening kickoff, and they've held onto the ball ever since, and they haven't scored. There's been a couple of penalties here and there, but just when you're running the ball a lot, when you've got 4 10-minute quarters, it's going to take a lot of time off the clock. The Elite Outlaws have won 4 state championships, and they've got a very good core group together of players since they were in 6 and under. Can't imagine playing 6 and under football, but they've got it. So no score, and Squad 48 here early in the second quarter facing 3rd and 13 at the 18 of the Elite Outlaws. Calfee out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left. Braxton Volrich. It's a snap. Pressure coming. And in trouble and going down is Calfee. And that is a sack by DT, the right defensive end. You've got 2 number 3s, but that was DT, the right defensive end, leading that sack. Gabriel Valenzuela also in there, but that was a loss of 7 on the play. It's going to be 4th down, and we will call this about 4th and 18. Ball resting at the 25 of the Elite Outlaws. Squad 48 with the wind at their back. They need the 7-yard line approximately for a first down. Calfee out of the shotgun. He will look to throw, fires into traffic. It is complete at the 5-yard line to Noah Batum as it was thrown over the defender, and it's good for a touchdown and 25 yards. And it's now 6-0 in favor of Squad 48. So having possession of that ball for probably 13 minutes finally has come to fruition. 25-yard pass to Batum from Calfee. The wind at his back and threw it over a couple of defenders and completed it for a 25-yard touchdown pass. Finn Miller will try the 2-point extra point conversion. And the wind is at his back, an advantage also. So Miller will try the 2-point extra point conversion. The ball is on the tee. The kick is up. It is good for a 2-point conversion. So Finn Miller blasts the ball through for the extra point to make it 8-0 in favor of Squad 48. early here in the second quarter. 25 yards to Batum from Jet Calfee. So the possession that time was about 13 minutes, I'm guessing. Getting the ball first was Squad 48, and they held the ball the entire first quarter, and then probably another 3 minutes here in the second quarter. And on 4th down and 18, they completed a 25-yard touchdown pass, Calfee to Batum. So having the wind at their back certainly helped on that play. This is 11 and under action. They had them lined up at the wrong side of the field. How does that happen? But they corrected it at the right time. So there was Finn Miller had the ball teed up at the 40, but he'd much rather be kicking with the wind at his back. So it'll be Rhodes, Sea-Dog, and Jaden Valenzuela back deep to return this kick of Finn Miller, who has the wind at his back. It is 8-0 in favor of Squad 48 here in the opening minutes of the second quarter. So Miller with the wind at his back, a knuckleball caught at the 33-yard line. Jaden Valenzuela fights his way up close to midfield in a return of 17 yards. So Jaden Valenzuela, a 17-yard return and the tackle by Tyler Babbitts. So about guessing about a 13-minute possession / drive for Squad 48 that entailed the entire first quarter and about 3 minutes of the second quarter as they lead at 8-0 on a 4th down play, a 25-yard touchdown pass from Calfee to Batum. The first offensive possession for the Elite Outlaws, and they have good field position, 1st and 10 from midfield. The quarterback is Gabriel Valenzuela, goes under center with 3 backs in the backfield. They hand off, and fighting his way for a 6-yard gain. Straight ahead is Rhodes. Thomas Rhodes inside the 45 to the 44-yard line for the Elite Outlaws. So on defense, Talon Bayresh, 97 in the midst of that. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Outlaws at the 44-yard line of Squad 48. 3 backs in the backfield. They hand off to Jaden Valenzuela, the fullback, and lunges ahead, and he's going to pick up right around 6 yards. They run 3 backs in the backfield, do the Elite Outlaws, and an injury on the field to Squad 48. Hopefully it's just a cramp. It appears to be Talon Bayrish, 97. With the 3 backs in the backfield for the Elite Outlaws, that can be a very tough combination tough formation to defense. It is 8-0 in favor of Squad 48 out of Queen Creek, a feeder school for Castile High School. Hopefully that is just a cramp. Oh, they're thinking it is the knee. It's a windy afternoon here in Gilbert. And going into the wind now, the Elite Outlaws, they had the wind at their back the entire first quarter, but didn't have the ball on offense for one play. The first drive of the ball game took about 13 minutes for Squad 48. They had the ball the entire opening quarter. On a 4th down play, 4th and 18, they got a 25-yard touchdown pass, Calfee to Batum. The 2-point extra point kick was good by Finn Miller. And right now it'll be first down and 10 for the Elite Outlaws at the 36 of Squad 48. And we've got an injured player for Squad 48 being attended to. The games earlier, the 10 a.m. game, 12 and under, Mesa beat Gilbert by a score of 27-12. Then at noon, it was 8th grade / 14 and under. Gilbert beat Mesa 6-0. So hopefully, we believe it is Talon Bayresh wearing 97. And indeed it is. And looked like a knee, but he seems to be walking okay. Got to be careful with that. So Bayresh going off the field, potentially with a dinged-up knee. It is 8-0 in favor of the Squad 48. Elite Outlaws first and 10 at the Squad 48 36-yard line. About midway through the second quarter. 3 backs in the backfield. The fullback is Jaden Valenzuela. Sea-Dog in the backfield as well as Rhodes. The quarterback is Gabriel Valenzuela. And we believe, well, it's offside against Squad 48. It's officially a windy afternoon, and this the Weather Service got it correct. Wind blowing out of the south from right to left, kind of more to the northeast. I guess about 25 to 30 miles an hour. After the offside penalty, first and 5 for the Outlaws at the 31-yard line of the Squad 48. They hand off to the fullback, Jaden Valenzuela, inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Picks up about 2 on first and 5. Grant Ortega in the mix, 55, right in the middle, as well as Mason Hatem, wearing number 11, right in the middle of the group. It'll be, well, they say that it's 3rd down and 2, but I believe it's 2nd and 2. I believe it's 2nd down and 2. They hand off to Sea-Dog in the backfield, and he slices his way and breaks to the outside, inside the 20, the 15, 10, a foot race to the end zone. He's into the end zone for a touchdown, 28 yards for Sea-Dog. No penalty markers on the field. And just like that, it is now 8-6 in favor of Squad 48 with about 5 minutes remaining in this opening half. And I believe Liam Orozco, the place kicker for the Elite Outlaws, will try to tie it with a 2-point conversion kick. Jaden Valenzuela will hold. This will be into the wind. The extra point kick from Finn Miller for Squad 48 was with the wind. This will be into it. So a little more difficult here. Liam Orozco will try to tie the score at 8 with a 2-point conversion kick. The kick is up into the wind and is good. It appeared he just snuck it in the left upright. So a very difficult and good kick by Liam Orozco to tie it at 8. We're tied at 8 here after the 27-yard touchdown run by Sea-Dog for the Outlaws. So we're tied at 8 here, estimating about 4 or 5 minutes remaining in this first half. So a good ball game so far. The Squad 48 team had the ball the first probably 13 minutes. They had it the entire first quarter. They finally scored with about 3 minutes into the second quarter on the 25-yard touchdown pass from Calfee to Batum. Right now, Squad 48 has the strong wind at their back of about 30 miles an hour. You may need a guy to hold the ball on the tee for Liam Orozco as the wind, he's kicking into it, and it's very strong, may knock the ball off the tee. Combs is the return man, the deep man. Liam Orozco kicking into a very, very strong wind. It's a good kick from the 26-yard line. Combs picks it up, and the ball is fumbled, but recovered by squad 48 and Noah Batum, who had the touchdown. So Liam Orozco, a very good kick into the wind. Fun for me, being a former kicker, to watch these guys. This is the 11 and under level, so these guys are, at 14 and under, you can see that they, will be kicking more, but these guys are kicking very well. So we're tied at 8 here, estimating about 4 minutes remaining in this first half. First down and 10 for squad 48 from their own 28-yard line. Calfee out of the shotgun. Has pressure, rolls to his right. Penalty marker comes in. It's complete on the far side to Alberto. Thrown down by Rhodes on the far side and got a penalty marker. Two penalties, in fact, one on the far side as Antonio Alberto really thrown to the ground on the far side. So a pair of penalties holding against squad 48, and I think they're going to call a personal foul against the Elite Outlaws. It'll be offsetting penalties. So we'll do it again. It'll be offsetting penalties. So once again, we'll try it. First down and 10 for squad 48 from their own 28-yard line. We're tied at 8. About the 4-minute mark remaining in the half. No scoreboard or clock operating. First and 10, squad 48 from their own 28-yard line. Calfee out of the shotgun. They hand off to Volrich, who stutter steps inside and taken down maybe for a loss on that far side around the 25-yard line. Nice tackle by Sea-Dog coming up from his left linebacker position, wearing number 0. A loss of a yard on the play. It is second down and 11. Before you know it, the end of the first half will probably come to an end. Seems to kind of creep up quickly. Second down and 11 for squad 48 from their own 27-yard line. They have the wind at their back. 4 receivers. Calfee is the quarterback out of the shotgun. Appeared to be offside, and that play didn't really come off all that great. They're saying fumble. Let's see if it's going to count. Jamar Pinky, number 9, appeared to have recovered it. I'll check that. It'd be P.J. Mack, number 8, rather than 9. The play didn't seem to come off all that smooth. I thought maybe there'd be some whistles. It appeared that somebody was offside, but nothing called. So no whistle, a fumble recovered by the Elite Outlaws. P.J. Mack. I thought that play would have been whistled dead, but not going to be. First down and 10 for the Elite Outlaws at the 27-yard line of squad 48. We're tied at 8. Just before halftime. Now we've got whistles, and they're calling offside against squad 48. Thomas Rhodes, the going out of the Wildcat, wearing number 20, got that high snap. After the offside penalty, be First and 5 for the Elite Outlaws at the 22-yard line of squad 48, tied at 8. Closing minutes of the first half. See if they try that again on first and 5. They will jam everybody up in tight, and then technically out of the Wildcat, it'll be Rhodes getting the high snap. They'll run it again, gets a snap, racing to his right. Slipped one tackle, but not going to get away from the bottom of that pile, and Riker Solomonson. So the Wildcat formation did not work on that one, and it's going to be a loss of 4. Second down and 9 for the Outlaws of the 26 of squad 48, tied at 8, closing moments of the first half. Some of the dust kicking up a little bit here as we've got winds blowing from right to left about 30 miles an hour. Second and 9. Out of the Sea Dog, out of the Wildcat. Now he reverses directions. Cuts it back into the middle of the field. Slipped that tackle. Races to the left, and he fights his way towards the end zone, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Sea Dog with a tremendous run of 26 yards. His second touchdown run of the afternoon, Sea Dog. And the Elite Outlaws now lead it by a score of 14-8. And let's see if they can get the 2-point conversion. Again, kicking to the wind will be Liam Orozco. And it appears there's a timeout called now. Not quite sure what this is about. It's a 2-point conversion kick try for the Elite Outlaws. The first kick into the wind was true by Liam Orozco. The first score of the ball game was by squad 48. It took them roughly 13 minutes to get it. Took up all the time in the opening quarter, then into the second quarter. 25-yard touchdown pass from Calfee to Bydom on a fourth down play, and then a pair of touchdown runs by Sea Dog of the Elite Outlaws, one of 27 and now 26 yards. Jaden Valenzuela will hold for Liam Orozco, who made his first extra point, and the wind has died down just a very little bit. A 2-point conversion try. This kick is up. It is true, and it is now 16-8 in favor of the Outlaws, the Elite Outlaws. And keep an eye on Liam Orozco, a very fine kicker for the Elite Outlaws, 11 and under team out of Chandler. So few minutes remaining here in the first half. It is 16-8. The Elite Outlaws with 16 unanswered points. The Elite Outlaws out of Chandler, Arizona. They've won 4 state championships and have a good core of players that have played together since 6 and under. So Liam Orozco will kick into the wind for the Elite Outlaws. Back deep is Combs, Joel Combs, to return this kick. And the ball gets blown off the tee. Not a shock. May have to get somebody to hold the ball on the tee. Orozco will kick into the wind. 16-8 Outlaws, closing moments of the first half. Orozco with a good kick, pounds it into the wind. From the 30-yard line, it is Combs racing to his right, and a great open field tackle. Great open field tackle by Sea Dog, who has scored 2 touchdowns, 27 and 26 yards in this ball game. So after that long possession of 13 minutes and the 8-0 lead by Squad 48, it's been all Elite Outlaws since that time. They lead it 16-8. Closing moments here in the opening half, and the Elite Outlaws will get the ball to start the second half. 1st and 10, Elite or Squad 48 from their own 31-yard line. They're with the win. They hand off to Volrich, slips a tackle in the backfield, but can't get away from Rylan Johnson after a gain of maybe 2. Probably just a couple more plays here in the first half. Again, the Elite Outlaws will get it to start the second half. A timeout is called by Squad 48. They will be facing 2nd down and 8 from their own 32.5-yard line. Four 10-minute quarters. Campo Verde High School opened in 2009. Beautiful athletic facilities. Again, with all the strong winds right now blowing from right to left on the field at about 30 miles an hour, we're getting certainly some dust kicking around. Not so much right in front of us, but it's in the air for sure. Some of the fans, a lot of fans here for the last 2 ball games, having their tents that they've got down below, the canopies being blown around. Squad 48 with the 30-mile-an-hour wind at their back, 2nd down and 8 from their own 33-yard line. Calfee out of the shotgun, rolls to his right, has pressure, throws on the run. It goes incomplete to the far side. It's intended for Solomonson. Good coverage on the far side by Rincon Jones. So a 30-mile-an-hour wind at the back of Squad 48. They trail at 16-8, 16-8, closing moments of the first half. Calfee can just loft one up with the wind if he wants to. It's at his back. 3rd down and 8, Squad 48 from their own 33-yard line. They trail at 16-8, closing moments of the first half. Handoff to the running back, Volrich, going right. And he is driven down after a gain of maybe 2 at best. Tackle on the far side, Jennings Buller. One of the main hitmen on that. Timeout called by the Elite Outlaws, maybe trying to get the ball back and get a few more points before halftime. The Outlaws leading at 16-8. Minutes before the first time half. Halftime would be just moments away. Squad 48 facing a 4th down and 6 from their own 35, and probably try to punt it away. They'll have the wind at their back, meaning Squad 48. But again, at this level, a lot of times taking just 7 yards as far as back from the ball on a punt try. They might go after a block if Squad 48 decides to punt it away, and it appears that they will. Well, it could be a shotgun formation also. 4th down and 6, Squad 48 from their own 35-yard line. And offside down here by DT, the right defensive end, and that's costly for the Elite Outlaws. It'll give them 5 free yards for Squad 48, and it'll bring up 4th down and 1. Squad 48 at their own 40-yard line, and now they could definitely go for this. I thought if you jumped, I'm very watching professional ball and whatever level, it gets confusing what actually they call these days. I mean, I thought in the years past you could jump and get back onside. 4th down and 1, they hand off the tailback. Volrich breaks a tackle in the backfield, and he has enough for the first down. He was first touched in the backfield by Rylan Johnson, but got through that tackle, and Volrich, showing some strong running, picks up the first down for squad 48. So a costly offside penalty by DT, the defensive end for the Elite Outlaws. Move the chains, 1st and 10, squad 48 from their own 43. They trail at 16 to 8 here in the final moments of the first half. Wind strong and at the back of squad 48. 1st and 10, squad 48 from their own 43-yard line. Calfee out of the shotgun. A whistle is blown and a stoppage of play. A legal motion against squad 48. It'll cost squad 48 5 yards. They start the clock. And I guess that is halftime. Not really too much of a warning, but halftime here, a 16-8 Elite Outlaws lead over squad 48. We're going to take a break in the action, back in about 10 minutes. And welcome back, everybody. Eric Anderson along with Jeff Lowry. A very windy afternoon out here in Gilbert. And our score, the Elite Outlaws leading Squad 48 in 11 under ball game, 16-8. And Finn Miller will kick off from right to left for Squad 48. And with the wind at his back, it goes over the head of Sea Dog, and it is picked up on the far side by Jaden Valenzuela, and he's being chased and finally taken down by Noah Aliki. Noah Aliki for Squad 48 making a nice special teams tackle, and it'll be first down and 10 for the Elite Outlaws from their own, well, let's see where they're going to mark that, right around their own 20-yard line. Squad 48 held the ball the first roughly 13 minutes of the ball game, the entire first quarter, eventually scoring about 3 minutes into the second quarter on a 25-yard touchdown pass. Calfee to Batum, 25 yards on a fourth down play to make it 8-0. The extra point kick was good for 2 points. Then 16 unanswered points for the Elite Outlaws. A pair of very good runs by Sea Dog, one of 27, one of 26 yards, and both kicks into the wind. Very good kicks by Liam Orozco, two-point conversion kicks. And we start the second half, and going into the wind, the 30-mile-an-hour wind, are the Elite Outlaws in black. Squad 48 out of Queen Creek. Castile Ice High School is their feeder program down in Queen Creek. First down and 10 for the Outlaws from their own 20. A handoff and into the line. Sea Dog going from left to right, picking up maybe a yard at best. And some good action there on defense. Making the stop for Squad 48, Bryce Christensen amongst others. A gain of 2 for the Elite Outlaws. It'll be second down and 8 for the Outlaws from their own 22-yard line. The wind primarily now blowing from the near side to the far side of the field, but in a sense, the Elite Outlaws kind of going into it. Second down and 8, the Outlaws from their own 22, a handoff going right this time is Sea Dog to the outside and taking on a couple of defenders and finally taken out of bounds over the 30-yard line, combining on the tackle Batum as well as Volrich. And they're going to credit him with a gain of about 8, which should be exactly enough for a first down. Move the chains, first and 10. Elite Outlaws from their own 30-yard line after trailing 8-0 after about 13 minutes. 16 unanswered points for the Elite Outlaws. First and 10, Outlaws from their own 30-yard line. Valenzuela lost the handle on it for a second. A handoff, Sea Dog going right, and he's close to another first down. Hit at about the 38-yard line that time by Noah Batum, who took a little bit of a bruising on that and holding his left arm, and he may come out after a gain of 9. So Noah Batum, who made the the touchdown for Squad 48 and the tackle on that one, will head out. Coming in on defense now, Joel Combs, number 5. Second down and 1 for the Elite Outlaws from their own 39. Gabriel Valenzuela goes under center. Handoff to the fullback, and nothing doing that time. A big tackle that time from Lucas Graniello. So the carry inside ended up with about a yard loss. Sea Dog as well as Jaden Valenzuela in the backfield. Thomas Rhodes, 20. Sea Dogs. Third down and 2, Valenzuela. Handoff going right this time. Sea Dog taking on a couple of defenders, and he's got the first down. A little bit more. Bridger Morris in on the tackle. So Sea Dog's last name is Moore. And a gain of 6 on the play. So the Elite Outlaws really taking command in this ball game, leading 16-8 and taking some minutes off the clock here in the third quarter. They lead it 16-8, about 3 minutes into the third quarter. First down and 10 for the Elite Outlaws from their own 44-yard line. Gabriel Valenzuela goes under center. Handoff this time, Jaden Valenzuela going left. Fights his way inside. The initial hit was made by Braxton Volrich, 22 inside. They'll credit Jaden Valenzuela with a pickup of about 5 to the 49-yard line of the Elite Outlaws. Prior games today, the 10 a.m. game, 12 and under, the Mesa Toros and Gilbert Coyotes. Mesa winning 27-12. The Outlaws going into a very stiff wind, about 30 miles an hour, straight into it. Second down and 5, Outlaws from their own 49. They bunch a ton of people inside, and a whistle is called. And anytime timeout is called by the Elite Outlaws. Anytime you've got a formation that looks very unorthodox, it can even throw the players off. That time, I don't know what they knew. They were forced to call the timeout. Wow, are those flags on the other side blowing now? The Elite Outlaws going into a wind of about 30 miles an hour consistently. The second ball game today at noon, it was the 8th grade / 14 and under teams of Mesa and Gilbert. Toros losing to the Coyotes 6-0. So we'll try it again. The Elite Outlaws on 2nd and 5 from their own 49-yard line. Bunch up a ton of players underneath, and it's a direct snap this time to Rhodes going left. Rhodes to the outside, and he's tripped up just shy of the first down. And getting up a little bit slow that time, having made the tackle, I believe, was Finn Miller. Appeared to be 16. Gain of 2, 3rd down and 2 of the Elite Outlaws from the 48. Another direct snap back to Rhodes, going right. Tries to get to the outside, picks up a block by Sea-Dog, and close to the first down marker, down to the 36 this time. Sea-Dog, and we've got a member of Squad 48 having been laid out on that block, coming here to the near side. They didn't throw a flag on the play. Rhodes got it to the outside and picked up enough for a first down and about 8 yards. So an instant replay as Jeff. It did appear to be a legitimate block to me. Just a good leveling block. And have to take a look and see who the injured player is down, being attended to for Squad 48. Rhodes picked up the first down. Noah Aliki was laid out on that one, and he's coming off, maybe just had the wind knocked out of him. Nevertheless, the 11 and under Elite Outlaws leading 16-8 on the march here midway through the third quarter. Pair of touchdowns by Sea-Dog of 27 and 26 yards by the Elite Outlaws, for the Elite Outlaws. Pair of 2-point conversion extra points for Liam Orozco of the Elite Outlaws. And the lone touchdown, the opening drive for Squad 48, a 25-yard touchdown pass, Calfee to Batum. The 2-point extra point was made by Finn Miller. 1st and 10 Outlaws at the 40-yard line of Squad 48, and that a high snap out of the shotgun, and wisely falling on it for an 8-yard loss is Gabriel Valenzuela, the quarterback for the Elite Outlaws. It was a high snap that got away, but wisely Gabriel Valenzuela fell on it. 2nd and 19 for the Elite Outlaws at the 49 of squad 48. They're going into a strong direct wind and jumping offside that time. The right end for the Elite Outlaws, Caleb Pearson jumped, number 18, a little bit early. Timeout is called by the Elite Outlaws. They'll be facing a 2nd and 24. Coach Elias Valenzuela trying to kind of change things around here after a couple of a 9-yard sack or a high snap, and then Pearson jumping into the neutral zone on offense for the Elite Outlaws and try to stop that in its midst here as the Outlaws facing a 2nd and 24. Now back at their own 46 going into a strong wind. The Outlaws leading by a score of 16-8. Guessing about midway through the third quarter. Squad 48 out of Queen Creek, a feeder school for Castile High School. Steve Volrich, the head coach. The Elite Outlaws, 11 and under. They're out of Chandler, coached by Elias Valenzuela. So a long 4th down, or no, check that, 2nd and 24 for the Elite Outlaws, now back at their own 46 after the 9-yard loss on a sack and the false start. Direct snap. This is Sea-Dog. Takes it going left. Gets to the outside. Slips one tackle down the left sideline and breaks the tackle. Stays on his feet. And is there going to be there is a penalty sitting right around the 42-yard line of the Elite Outlaws, and it appears that Rylan Johnson potentially flagged for a holding or a misinformed block as he was not happy with the call after a long gain by Sea-Dog. I believe personal foul against the Outlaws. So after 2nd and 24, let's see if they mark it off from the spot of the foul, or I think that's where it will be. It was a gain of right around 25 to 30 yards for Sea-Dog, but that is nullified. And they're going to mark this way back. In fact, 7 yards back from the previous line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 30, let's see. 2nd down and 28. So 2nd down and 28. Ball resting for the Elite Outlaws at their own 42-yard line. They need the 30-yard line of squad 48 for the first down. Gabriel Valenzuela out of the shotgun. Again, movement. And it's not going to make the coaches of Elite Outlaws happy as they continue to back up. It'll be 2nd and 33 now for the Elite Outlaws, and they move the ball back to their own 37. The Elite Outlaws leading 16-8, but now facing a 2nd and 33 from their own 37-yard line. Gabriel Valenzuela brings in the play for the Elite Outlaws. Second and 33 for the Outlaws back at their own 37. They lead it 16-8. I guess about 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Valenzuela under center. Handoff this time, Sea-Dog going right, takes on a defender, and nice tackle on defense that time is Noah Batum, who had been dinged up early on, but textbook tackle. A gain of 6 as Sea-Dog gets 6 of that back. It is 3rd down and 27. Lead Outlaws from their own 43. Going into a very stiff wind of about 20 to 25 miles an hour, maybe 30. Outlaws the ball at their own 43, facing a 3rd and 27. They need the other 30 for a first down. Gabriel Valenzuela does not go under center this time. It's a direct snap this time to Jaden Valenzuela, and he's hit and dropped immediately by Lucas Graniello. Graniello with a big bear hug and no gain on the play. It'll be 4th down and 27 for the Outlaws from their own 43. A punting situation as they lead at 16-8. They are going into a wind, but they set up to simply go for it. 4th and 27 from their own 43. Jaden Valenzuela is the running back. They try a reverse here. They flip it to Caleb Pearson around the left side. Nobody was over there. But then again, a good job throwing a wrench into that on the far side. Noah Aliki, a penalty marker comes in, and that may be a face mask, as Jeff just said. Face mask against squad 48. That's going to be an automatic first down, and talk about a costly penalty. How much do you think he got of the face mask? I guess enough. So on 4th down and 27, the Elite Outlaws get a huge break and a face masking penalty against squad 48. They move it down, I guess, an automatic first down. Well, it is not going to be an automatic first down. Hard to keep track of all the rules at different levels. 4th down and 5. Elite Outlaws at the 35 of squad 48. A high snap to Sea Dog. He's in trouble, but now gets out of it. Has blockers, races to his right. He's going to be taken down shy of the first down marker. A great open field tackle by Lucas Graniello. 78. Well, on downs, it'll be squad 48 ball, and the face masking penalty, or that is the end of the quarter, but after everything was said and done, the face mask penalty did not kill squad 48. So it was not an automatic first down. That's the end of the quarter. The Elite Outlaws leading by a score of 16-8. A pair of touchdown runs by Cedo. So a change ends as we start the fourth quarter. It is 16-8 in favor of the Elite Outlaws over squad 48. Pair of touchdown runs by Sea Dog for the Outlaws, and the lone score for a 8-point drive. The Touchdown pass, Calfee to Batum, 25 yards. This on first down, squad 48 with a run and not much doing. Again, with the win at their back, squad 48 will go about trying to tie this ball game. That's a loss of 3 on the run. It'll be second down and 12 for squad 48 as now they move it from left to right with the, in fact, they're going into the win. It's not a crosswind. I would say, in fact, anything, they're going into it at about 25 to 30 miles an hour. So with the whole fourth quarter to go, the squad 48 team down by 8, 16 to 8. Need a touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Second down and 12, squad 48 from their own 30-yard line. Calfee out of the shotgun. High snap, the handoff to Volrich going left, and he's going to be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Some nice action inside as Rylan Johnson, Gabriel Valenzuela amongst several others in on the stop, and some good defensive line play by the Outlaws. Another loss on the play. A timeout is called, I believe, by the Elite Outlaws. Referees not really strong signals who called the timeout. It's a timeout called by squad 48. About one play into the fourth quarter, 2 plays possibly. They lost yardage on both runs into the line. So it'll be 3rd and 13 for the squad 48 team out of Queen Creek from their own 29-yard line. They need their own 42 for a first down. Going into the win, the squad 48 team trailing 16 to 8 very early in the fourth quarter. First ball game of the season here, and in fact 11 and under. They seem bigger than that out there. You go down and they do seem a little bit smaller, but with the uniforms they seem pretty big. 3rd and 13 for squad 48 from their own 29. They need their own 42 for a first down. Jet Calfee will go out of the shotgun with 3 receivers. Lining up to his left is Combs. Long count for Calfee. And he's in trouble, and down he goes. The ball pops loose. It's a sack inside the 20-yard line, and Rylan Johnson with a huge afternoon, and Jet Calfee laying on his back, may be injured. Quarterback for squad 48. May have come down wrong. They're going to spot the ball at the 21, a loss of 7, but they're going to be very careful with Jet Calfee, the quarterback for squad 48, who was sacked by Rylan Johnson. Going to take a break in the action here momentarily as early in the fourth quarter, the Elite Outlaws leading squad 48 16 to 8. We've got an injury. And welcome back, everybody. The injured player, Jet Calfee, the quarterback for Squad 48 after the sack, came off the field okay. Hopefully he's okay over on the far sideline. It's early in the fourth quarter, 16-8, Elite Outlaws leading Squad 48. Squad 48 facing a 4th down and 20. Punting situation, Volrich being chased, and he's going to be tackled on the far side, and going to be trouble for Squad 48. Another injury, and the Outlaws, Gabriel Valenzuela and P.J. Mack with big tackle on that punt attempt by Volrich, but laying down at the 12-yard line being attended to. We'll have to wait and see. Volrich was the one who tried to punt it. That's the issue with only, not generally not being able to do the long snapping, where you're only taking about 7 yards. He was maybe back 5, and it's almost impossible to get a snap or a punt off. That is Braxton Volrich. Yes, son of the coach, Steve Volrich. But if you're only 5 yards back to punt, it's impossible to get a punt off. They're in on you, but how many good long snappers at 11 and under you're going to get somebody to snap it even 10 yards. But nevertheless, the Elite Outlaws will take over after Braxton Volrich, trying to punt that away, was tackled back at his own 12-yard line. Hopefully he's okay, as he came off a little bit shaken up. Early here in the fourth quarter, it is 16-8 Elite Outlaws over Squad 48, and the Elite Outlaws take over 1st and 10 at the Squad 48 12-yard line. Gabriel Valenzuela out of the shotgun, a high snap. Fires it here to the near side into traffic, and it was intended over here for Rhodes, and it goes incomplete. Some good coverage here in the near side by Miller and Batum. The wind is at the back of the Elite Outlaws, so kicking a field goal is not out of the question. They've got a good leg with Liam Orozco. 2nd down and 10. Gabriel Valenzuela hands off after the high snap, and Sea Dog racing inside and finally tripped up inside the 5 at the 4-yard line. And making that stop inside was Riker Solomonson. So a gain of a couple inside, gain of 7, 3rd down and 2, 4-down territory inside the 5-yard line. Another high snap, the handoff inside, and trotting into the end zone untouched, Jaden Valenzuela, a 3-yard touchdown run. And a penalty is going to be called against the Elite Outlaws. It's not going to count. So the Elite Outlaws with a few more penalties in the last quarter than I'm sure that they would like. It's not going to count. They're going to spot the ball at the 9-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6. Not quite sure what the call was, to be honest. 3rd down and 6 for the Elite Outlaws at the 9-yard line of Squad 48. They lead it 16-8 here in the fourth quarter. A very high snap over the head of Valenzuela, and he's just going to fall on it back of the 19-yard line. So now it's 4th down. That would be a 36-yard field goal, a little bit long. And after the snap over the head of Gabriel Valenzuela, it is going to be 4th down and 16. Ball spotted at the 19, and a timeout is called, and Elite Outlaws is going to try to figure out what they're going to do. They lead it 16-8 here about midway through the fourth quarter. It's been a slow fourth quarter. Some injuries for Squad 48. Wind whipping from right to left at about 25 miles an hour, maybe 30. I believe it's the last time out called by the Elite Outlaws. They have to figure out what they're going to do on 4th down and 16 from the 19-yard line of Squad 48. They had a touchdown temporarily from Jaden Valenzuela, but it was called back for a penalty. The birds having trouble flying in this, Jeff. Third down and 16 for the Elite Outlaws, the 9-yard line of, and Liam Orozco will try a field goal from 34 yards. Again, this with the wind at his back, but again, only 5 yards back behind the line of scrimmage. So he's got a very good leg. Wind at his back. I think he certainly could make it, but the problem is if it gets blocked. In fact, it'll be a 33-yard field goal with the wind at his back, Liam Orozco. They fake it, and Jaden Valenzuela, the holder, takes it himself and picks it up and races to the right and down to about the 11-yard line, but not picking up the first down. Good idea there. But not enough for a first down as Jaden Valenzuela coming up short down at the 11-yard line. And Squad 48 will take over as they trail at 16-8. I'm guessing halfway through the fourth quarter. No scoreboard here, but a couple of injuries and a lot of penalties. So this fourth quarter is kind of dragged a little bit. So Squad 48 going into the wind, first down and 10 from their own 11-yard line. Jet Calfee is back at quarterback for Squad 48, and checking in, Oliver Stetz coming in a little bit late, number 90 for the Elite Outlaws. First and 10. Squad 48 from their own 11-yard line. Combs, the running back. Calfee back in at quarterback. The handoff to Combs going left. Combs breaking several tackles and finally taken down by Sea Dog on the far side of the 19-yard line. Gain of 8. Sea Dog Moore has been all over the field today. A pair of touchdowns, 27 and 26 yards. And the Elite Outlaws here in the fourth quarter trying to hold on to a 16-8 lead. Squad 48 going into the wind needs to go all the way down the field and score and then kick a 2-point conversion to tie it into an extremely strong wind that I believe is around 30-35 miles an hour going straight into it now. 2nd and 2. Squad 48 from their own 19-yard line. Again, a high snap. Handoff is to Combs, and big-time tackling Gabriel Valenzuela, Josiah Mitchell. Should say Rylan Johnson. Rylan Johnson, 77. Big time in that, along with Gabriel Valenzuela, and a loss on the play of 5 yards. If you're Squad 48, you really kind of have to keep it on the ground. They're facing a 3rd down and 7 from their own 14-yard line. High snap this time and racing to his left this time and close to the first down. Appeared to be Babbitts. Enough for a first down as Tyler Babbitts got the direct snap, and that enough for a first down. They picked up 7 on 3rd down and 7. Babbitt's, wearing number 3, is now in at quarterback on 1st down and 10 for the squad 48 from their own 21-yard line. He's in trouble, and they're going to claim a face mask as P.J. Mack coming in, as well as Jaden Valenzuela. Also getting up from the bottom of the pile, Jennings Buller. Did it really look clear to be a face mask? I know he grabbed him up around the head. So Tyler Babbitt's getting face masked as he's now in at quarterback, running quarterback for squad 48. Guessing around 4 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter, I'm guessing, with a 16-8 Elite Outlaws lead. After the face masking penalty against the Outlaws, 1st down and 10, squad 48 from their own 36-yard line. Calfee back in, and he tosses it into the wind, and that is intercepted on the far side as that ball hung up into the wind, picked off by Caleb Pearson. That ball was simply knocked right down. Going into that wind, it never had a chance. So Caleb Pearson making that catch as the wind just grabbed that ball and knocked it down. So the Elite Outlaws will take over and can really try to run this clock. The wind at their back. Guessing 3 or 4 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter, and the Elite Outlaws leading 16-8. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line. Gabriel Valenzuela is the quarterback. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, he heaves it with the wind deep down the near side, and it's through the hands, the 25-yard line that time, of Caleb Pearson. Pearson had several steps on the defenders, including Finn Miller, and it simply went through his hands with the wind at his back. So Caleb Pearson goes from getting an interception to allowing one go through his hands on a sure touchdown. He'll be thinking about that one tonight. Second down and 10. 30-mile-an-hour wind directly at the back of the Elite Outlaws, who lead it 16-8. Guessing around 3 or 4 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. The wind, we mentioned, there's a red flag warning, which means high winds up to 35, 40 miles an hour, and a lot of dust could set off wildfires. I guess that's what call. On 2nd down and 10, the direct snap goes to Sea Dog, and he is grabbed and thrown down over by Bridger Morris after a gain of maybe a yard. The Elite Outlaws try to run some time off the clock, but yeah, a lot of dust in the air. You can't see the mountains. Very windy, kicking up a lot of dust. 3rd down and 9 for the Elite Outlaws at midfield. They lead at 16-8 here in the fourth quarter, late in the fourth quarter, I would say. And a direct snap this time goes to Thomas Rhodes, and he goes around the right side and has enough for a 1st down and a gain of 11 inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's been a hard-fought ball game. Getting up from the bottom of that pile, Noah Batum, who scored the lone touchdown for squad 48 on a 25-yard touchdown pass from Calfee to start the ball game. 1st down and 10, Elite Outlaws at the 39 of squad 48. Jaden Valenzuela gets the direct snap, breaks a tackle, but can't get away at the 40 that time from Solomonson, and a loss of a yard. The Elite Outlaws can just continue to run this clock here late in the fourth quarter as they lead it 16-8. Still want to turn it over, allow a quick touchdown or whatnot. Howling wind at their back of about 35, 40 miles an hour. The teams are the people here trying to do the best they can to keep their canopies and tents from blowing away. Second down and 11 for the Elite Outlaws, the 40 of Squad 48, and a low snap, and Gabriel Valenzuela falls on it at the 48-yard line of Squad 48 for a loss of 8. It'll be third down and about 9 for the Elite Outlaws at the 48-yard line of Squad 48. Not sure if it's victory formation or... That is the ball game. They went into victory formation, and the Elite Outlaws coming from behind, trailing 8-0 after the first possession of the ball game. As they win it, the Elite Outlaws win it in 11 and under by a score of 16-8. A pair of touchdowns, 27 and 26 yards by Sea-Dog, and the Elite Outlaws win their first ball game of the season. Week 1, they moved to 1-0, and Squad 48, after scoring early, they moved to 0-1. So again, the final score 16-8. Elite Outlaws in 11 under beat the Squad 48. I'm Eric Anderson for